Aidan pushes his fringe out of his eyes and looks again at his green swatch, scanning people's faces as they walk across the tiled floor of Gatwick's South Terminal. They should be here by now. He glances at the queue building up ahead of him at the check-in desk, where a tanned passenger service agent hands a woman her boarding pass with an accompanying flash of white teeth. The split-flap departure board whirs round and his Britannia Airways flight disappears, then reappears nearer the top. He rubs his neck and turns up the volume on his Sony Walkman, hiding his anxiety in the heavily synthesized beat of Erasure's A Little Respect. When he thinks back to this moment afterwards, he realizes he should have seen it when they walked towards him. It was obvious with hindsight. The two of them together, their hands almost touching, mirroring each other's movements in a way only those with a particular kind of confidence can manage. A self-assurance that suggested they could do anything, not because they'd just left university and had a bright future ahead of them, but because they'd done it before, and got away with it. But he doesn't see it. He doesn't turn and run out of the airport as he should have. He's too busy trying to grab his headphones back from Seb, who has snatched them in one hand, his other arm around Nina's shoulders, trapping her long blonde hair, which she's found time to crimp. "Knew you'd beat us to it," Seb says. He drops his Adidas holdall onto the floor. Aidan pushes his mother's blue suitcase with its thick straps further away with his foot, as if he can pretend it doesn't belong to him. Seb stares at him. "You had your hair cut?" Aidan shrugs. "Just a trim." He wants to ask why they are over an hour late, but doesn't want to be a killjoy. Will is the warrior in their group, not him. "Looks like you're channeling Tom Cruise," Seb says as he reaches out and ruffles Aidan's hair. "I don't look like fucking Tom Cruise." Aidan pulls away and runs his hand over his head, smoothing out his dark fringe. "Yeah, you do," Seb says. "In Rain Man. It's a compliment, mate. Chill out." Aidan shuffles his feet as Seb points at the check-in queue and turns towards Nina. "I told you we should have left earlier," he says. Aidan attempts to straighten out the tangled wire of his headphones, fitting the orange foam pad back over one of the earpieces where it has come loose. He breathes deeply, trying to imagine space in his mouth as his speech therapist had advised. Nina steps forward and kisses him on both cheeks. She's wearing Poison, a scent that had lingered in every room of their university house, and drags a wheelie bag behind her. Its tan colour and monogram are familiar, a real designer piece, not a fake. If it wasn't for Nina, Aidan knows they wouldn't be going on this holiday at all. She'd offered up her parents' villa in their final term as casually as if she'd been offering to make them a cup of tea. He'd known she was wealthy, but it was only after that conversation that he'd realised just how wealthy, especially after she'd shown them the photos. A large sandstone property perched on the edge of a cliff overlooking the ocean, with rooms like something out of one of those boutique luxury hotels he'd seen in magazines. All pale colours and marble floors. Outside there were teak sun lounges covered in plump white cushions, beside a huge pool where the mosaic dolphin design on the bottom was visible, below the smooth surface of the aquamarine water. "I love your hair, Aidan," Nina says coyly. He smiles. Everyone smiles if Nina pays them a compliment. Their faces light up as if she has flicked a switch. "Where's Will?" she asks. "He's going to meet us in the departure lounge," Aidan replies. "He said he had to do something for his mum before he left." Nina raises her eyebrows. "Let's hope it doesn't take long. Should we get in the queue then?" Seb lifts his holdall onto his shoulder and adjusts the cream cable sweater draped around his neck. He grins as he slaps Aidan on the back, his hand connecting with the image of Freddie Mercury's face on his leather jacket, making Aidan flinch. "This is going to be so fucking ace, guys," he says. "All 6 of us and 2 whole weeks in Mallorca, 36 degrees and constant sunshine. Party time, bring it on." He holds up his hand to high-five Aidan and pauses to allow a girl into the queue ahead of him, his eyes sliding over her tight denim shorts. Aidan looks at the check-in desk and catches another glimpse of the tanned passenger service agent, remembering the way he'd smiled, the flash of his teeth.